Hey heroes, Zephyr here, and welcome back to Minecraft. Now, we're not going to be here super often, at least in terms of this biome. I just wanted to prove that it was found! Yeah, now this area is loading a lot of new chunks, which I want to avoid, so... yeah. Basically, went on a very long trip in order to find a jungle biome. We got a bunch of cool new knickknacks and treats, and we're gonna pick up a couple of jungle saplings and some cocoa beans while we're here, because I need cocoa beans for, my banner that I've been wanting to make since basically episode 1 of this particular season. And jungle trees will help me finish up the remainder of our lumber mill, because we'll be able to put the last types of logs in. So, when I gather everything up, we'll head back, and we will see you there for today's episode. And we're back. So, yep, I've done some basic stuff already. I decided to set up a quick cocoa bean farm here, just above the melons, because it works. Jungle wood is hideous to the sight, but it's just the place where I've been doing that so far, so it's a good place to keep the cocoa beans. Next segment that we need to work on is finally finishing up the lumber yard. So, let's follow around here. Whoop. I see you. Don't worry. 3, 1, 2, 3, and we want some jungle wood slabs through the center here. I'm just trying to remember exactly how everything functions here. Get out of here. Yeah, probably would be better to do this at night. Is it jungle slabs? I think it's all 3 of them. Let me just pull off the back block here. No, the back one's actually a log. Well, damn. I forgot my own design. And then we can just go 1, 2, 3. Let's quickly make some jungle planks. And from that, some jungle slabs. Yeah, I was going to stay there for axolotls, but it was a very dense jungle. A lot of the ground was leaves, so they weren't spawned. At some point, I'm going to have to go back and probably torch the place, much to my dismay. Dang it. Gotta get in there just right, like that. There we go. And the 6th log pile is officially done. I think I still need to grab some other stuff for that. Whew. Yeah, if I can remember. Alright. Dang it. I'm down a potato and make my leap. Alright. Oh, sorry, it's been a long, tired day of doing editing for other series. Yeah. Alright. I've also got some stone just kind of auto-cooked because I've got so much cobblestone laying around right now. Just fill that up again. Eventually it will run out of things, and we'll deal with that when the time comes. So many projects, so little time. Let's grab the black banner. Let's grab... where did I put the regular rails? There's the regular rails. And a ladder. There they are. Yeah, so many tiny little things complete now that we have jungle planks and cocoa beans. Yeah, mostly the jungle planks. Yeah. Whoop. And let's make a quick run up here. So let's tie everything down. Whoop. There we go. And just pop our ladder on there to make it look all proper. There we go. Yeah, logs are tied down and in. Now, these are all on. I believe I mentioned that this was the security system, or if there's a jam system. But I actually added this here. This technically breaks the system, but, well, it's currently on. These aren't running when I don't need them to be. So, I'm going to try to think of how I can put a reset line on all this, which is kind of one of my wants. But unfortunately, the indicator system, this would be the place for a line if this block was not here, which is necessary for that. So I gotta figure that out over time. I'm thinking maybe if I change something to a half slab or something, I'm not quite sure. Main thing we gotta worry about now is... ooh, how did all this cobblestone get in here? Gross. that mean there's cobblestone in the other thing? Let me check that chest. Because this is our jungle wood chest. Or our jungle wood row. Which means it will finally be complete. So, yep. Just making sure. So I need to put 18. And 1. So there we go. The system should be okay and ready to go. It should now deal with jungle wood. And just as a quick test, I'm going to break this redstone. Which is going to start up the glorious sound that was starting to bother me. Pop a jungle. Pop a jungle log down. Dang it. Let's pull this out. And got him. Alright. Whoop. And let's get rid of you. Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna head back and we're gonna decorate this black flag that we've been having sitting around for what seems like forever. Yeah. I'm just going to be incredibly lazy. Or not. Yeah. Gotta deal with things one at a time. So, arg. Minecart with chest, which I believe we left way over there somewhere. Alright, I'm going to toss the pile on there. And that should deal with itself. Hopefully. So the jungle wood should be loading in. In the meantime, let's finally do this. So, black banner. And I want gradient, which is that. Did I want it top to down or down to top? I think it was down to top. Let me quickly double check and I'll be right back. Yes, it was up to down gradient, so let's get that gradient in. Grab that. Then we need an oxide daisy, painted yellow. And then I need to recall, is it like that? No, it's like that. Yes. And the same way the other way. And then we have the banner that I made forever and a day ago. Yay! The Isaac Zephyr banner, the one that was in the previous intro before I got somebody else to do it. Awesome. So I'm going to go copy that a couple of times. In the meantime, I think the jungle wood should have been processed by now. Let's check. 59. Yeah, I think that should be all of it. Let me just make sure that the system isn't jammed up anywhere or that it didn't screw up. Yeah. Get out of here. Ah, I can't remember my way through here now. And then I'm just going to quickly re-add that temporary stop line. Yep, everything seems to be in order. No jungle wood anywhere where it shouldn't be. That burns out most of those torches, so you don't need to worry, but again, we're trying to avoid noise, so just turn that on. Until I build a reset line, that is how that goes. Banner is complete. Ah, it is a good day. A very, very good day. So let's see, what else have we got to work on? I think that's the extent of the stuff that we drastically needed jungle for, so let's check on how the villagers are doing. I don't think they've bred at all since I've been absent, because that jungle was like 3,000, 4,000 blocks away. They're still in there, they're still safe, so that's a plus. I've traded with them a few times and tossed some bread in there, so I'm thinking it's just a matter of this particular area isn't close enough to any of the other doors, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because, well, I'm thinking maybe it's just a problem with the center of the village, lack of willingness, I don't know. But they're there, and they will always breed a third guy if something were to ever happen to Mr. Underbridge. So, Let's pick another project. I can show what I've got with the slime farms so far, and guess I'll work on that for a little bit, but I'm not going to do that on camera because this is still a long way from being completed. These are our slime chunks down here. Again, just underneath. Another reason why I kind of wanted to turn off the railroad. All of this area is slime chunks. So there's a chunk here, here, and here. So 3 together is pretty nice. What I'm going to do in order to actually allow the slimes to spawn properly is I'm going to change this chunk, not necessarily the whole thing, because I got to take all of this out, turn it into layers, and it's not going to be a fun time. But I'm going to make it like an area there for processing everything. So a new entrance is going to be placed over there somewhere. Yeah, that's that project. That's the villagers. So those are the 2 kind of major things I've been working on. The nether is still the nether. It hasn't changed since my last, or since I streamed it, which I'm working on fixing some of the stuff that went wrong with that. Horse farming is still horse farming. Everything's still there. I think, honestly, that's everything. There are other biomes I want to check out at some point. But really, I need Silk Touch before I can gather the things I want. And as I said, axolotls is the only thing we don't really have animal-wise. Plan to start setting up some animal farms at some points. So I'm going to go change the banners back at the cave. Oh, dang it, missed the jump. I'm going to go change the banners back at the cave with our horse here, and then I'm going to come back because we are going to finally put together, or I'm going to play around with a skeleton spawner for a bit. We're going to work on making a tree farm. Alright, so here we are. This is the skeleton spawner I have found. The village is that way, and if I crest that hill, we could probably see it fairly easily. Bit of a cough. It's been a little bit, so I've been, looking through different ways to do this, because I could do the simple drowning trap that we had the other time. I've also been looking at new filming stuff, though, too, because I've been tired of the frame stuff, to be honest. But anyway, there's the village over there, so we got quite a bit of way to go from here to there, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Bad thing, because it's a lot of distance we got to travel in order to get this back to our processing area. Good news, because, well, we don't have to worry about skeletons accidentally spawning in the village while we're over here. Anyway, so with this in mind, there are a couple of things we need to accomplish with this. First thing, we need to make this an ideal spawning area for these skeletons. Once we do that, we need to filter and kill them. From the filter and kill stage, we need to find a way to collect their drops. Then we need to split the drops into the bones, arrows, and other just being whatever junk we don't need if it spawns at all. From there, arrows need to go into a mass storage area because with this bow right now, I don't need them, but I might need them later. Bones need to go into a processing area because I need to turn them into bone meal for the tree farm that we put together. And then everything else just needs to go to junk. The bones I need to convert into bone meal, which means I need a station for that. And from there, the bone meal needs to get sent into the droppers, dispensers, hoppers, etc. that are going to run the tree farm. So, that's a lot to do. First things first, though, we've got to get this into an appropriate spawning area, which is something simple enough, so I'm just going to do that off camera, and I will be right back. Ah, she looks nice, doesn't she? She's a big ol' hole. I likes me a big ol' hole. Anyway, I've grabbed myself some supplies for what we're going to be doing next with this, because I want to decorate this. Now, I'm thinking that wall's going to be glass. We're going to have kind of a display bit for this, but I'm going to be taking out the walls here, and I've decided upon water for the method of corralling them again. I tried something with wolves, but it was not very easy. And by very easy, I mean for whatever reason, skeletons run from wolves, kind of. I know they're supposed to be afraid, but I found more often than not while I was doing my experiments, they would run one direction, change their mind, run back towards the wolf, and then change their mind again, and then run away from it. It's really, really janky right now, so until that changes, water is the easiest thing we can do. Need to go one more up. But I want this to look interesting, So we're going to just do a quick design here. It's going to start with a base layer of diorite, just so I can get up there and grab that. And let's see if I can remember this entirely correctly, because we got enough materials for this. I'm going to punch out all that for now, and that's just because I'm picky. I might need a little bit more diorite for this. I'm going to punch all that, punch all that, punch this out. I'll probably replace this with black wool later when I get wool farming a little more in place. But yeah, whoop. Let's pop that there. And then we need to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna need to make another pick real quick. Yeah, also this is all revealed to the sky for the moment. I'm going to be covering it up, but for now I wanted to guarantee that they would not spawn here during daylight hours. So as long as it's exposed to daylight, they will not spawn. We'll add the roof on later with however we want it to look from the top when we get a little closer to the finished product. Alright, next I need to poke out that there. If you can't tell what we're doing yet, then shame on you. Shame on you and your family. Yeah. I'm a little tired today, obviously. There we go. Let's get all that. And do the same on this side. Yeah. Yeah. This will look a lot better when we 3Dify it, or not 3Dify it, but actually add the layer. I'm currently just adding in the very basics. And there we go. And then I also need to put on the front layer 1, 2, all the way down to that. And then down to that. And then it's I think I need one more piece of regular diorite. This means I'm going to need to get some more of this before I can finish. That will do. Next, I need the polished diorite to add a little bit of texture in there. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, I think that's it. And then just a little bit of polished andesite right in there for a nose. So this is or I'm calling it the crying skeleton design, because we're going to have the water coming from within the eye sockets here into the area below. And it's going to be interesting, I hope. Again, this is why we have light levels, because we're not adding the water in quite yet, so I'm going to put in the other 5 skeletons. Because it's going to take me a little bit, and like I said, I'll probably need a little bit more diorite, and I will be back when that is done. You know, that in and of itself could be as a design. Alright, she's done. Our scary skeletons are now in place. I did change the diorite that was behind the eyes to andesite, just because it was a little bit darker. Honestly, I'd probably want to put something like coal or black wool in there, but I don't have any on hand at the moment, or at least enough for this project. Anyway, so this wall, again, will be a viewing area at some point, so I'm gonna... Well, I'm not really going to do anything with that at the moment because we're running out of episode time. But I got to do some math because this area is, again, where they're going to spawn. They can spawn on top of water, so we're going to more or less flood this area. I'm going to put floor design down here as well. So I'm going to... You know what, I'm going to erase the floor and I'll come back after I've done that so we can do a little bit of floor design, then we'll call it an episode. Alright, so the basic floor is now dug out. What we need to do now is consider how our water channels are going to work. So, with everything in mind, we probably want to filter them to the center here. So, let's dig a quick channel through the middle. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit because I had to make a stone pick. Yeah, but considering which way we want our water channels to go, we'll send them this way. Yeah. And that's going to be 8 out from the edge, so the water will technically go right up to that point, so we could have a one wide channel in the middle, which they get caught in and get carried this way. It's not a terrible idea, all things considering. However, we need to bevel this, or this would need to have a level down. Yeah, which means this needs to go this low. And into wherever we're going to channel them. Now that'd be a simple channel, I suppose. I kind of want it wider than 1 though. I'm going to take this edge out and we're going to replace it with signs, which is going to stop the upper level of water. Yeah. And by doing that, it's going to guarantee that when they get to the end of the water stream, they will fall into the center 3 wide one. Also gives us a little more room to work with, so I'm not going to complain too much. Yeah, the bit if we put signs here on this row, then it's going to damage the bottom row, or the middle stream, because that means we got to take this one more down. Yeah, this was originally planned just to be a quick floor. Yeah, alright. But I guess in order to consider our floor, we have to consider everything about our floor, where the channels are going to go. Up we go. Let's just make another quick stone pick. And toss these seeds, because we don't need them. Gonna put some chests down as well. And just toss some of this cobble in there. We'll probably get rid of it later or something, but for now, we don't know if we're going to use it or not. Yeah, so we got to bring this channel one more down, which means we have our shape, or the levels to our floor. And we'll figure out how it's all going to work here in a bit. So, with that in mind, I want to build an arrow style design that just points in this way. So, what blocks have we got? I don't want to use more diorite because I want the walls to really pop. What if we made this floor out of standard stone brick? How does that look? Yeah, possibly mixing some cracked in there. I don't really like the flat stone brick floor, actually. Let's think. This is going to be a wood farm. I didn't bring any wood with me, though. I guess I can go back and get some. You know what? I think we'll do this floor next episode. I'm going to just clean up this mess, get some proper picks in. For now, we've got the main channel built to the floor, so we'll know what we're starting with next episode. We're going to do a quick floor design, then we're going to work on the next step of this farm, for lack of better terms, because it's a tree farm built around a skeleton spawner. But yeah, we're going to work on the filter, or the kill segment of the filter and kill. Then we will work on, sorting all the items. But till next time, this will be Isaac Zephyr signing out, and I will see you all later, heroes.